Hey guys, Zero here again, and I've got another package to show you. Kind of an unboxing, but I've done one of these before. I picked up another one of those 3D puzzle sets from Umbum, that Russian company. This one is the Town Wall. Now, if you notice the price, yep, I picked this up at my local hobby shop, Chicagoland Hobbies. Right here in the city. They carry these. They actually have a distributor that sends these out to them. And I wanted to stop in and see what they had and what it was worth for them, you know. And it looks like they did carry them. They didn't have a lot of selection. They didn't have, I mean, they had maybe about 10 kits, you know. But the selection they had, I was really like, eh. So I grabbed the wall. Figure you could always use this for something, you know. It's a cool pitch D&D battle or whatever. So this was $20. Online, this is probably like maybe $10, $12, but the shipping would probably be like $13, $14. So it's not terrible. I'm gonna actually look online and see what the eBay price for this was, and see whether I paid too much or not enough. And I'll let you know. I mean, because I did take it home with me, so there was no wait. There's no, you know, hassle or whatever. But, you know, it's depending on your preference, right? Like some people can click and wait. Like I've clicked and waited from stuff for China, or for stuff from China, and I've waited like 3 months. You know, so that does happen. But this stuff takes really, really long to get there. So we're gonna take this to the table. We're going to pop it open. The last one didn't take me very long to put together. I was just being very meticulous with it. So I might do the same thing. So we'll take it up to the table, open it up, look at the parts, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to do a video on it, or if I just want to do it all right there. Just do it, you know. Or I might even do it live. Fuck it. Let's do it live. Alright, sit tight, guys. Okay, so here we are with the Umbum Town Wall. Heavy cardstock 3D model, figures included. So this actually has a bunch of English writing on it. I didn't even realize that. Huh. So there must be, yeah, the distributors must have... Holy crap, yeah, you can read the whole thing. Cool, 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 cool. That there, you guys can pause. I'll zoom that in for you guys a little bit so you can read that text there. You guys can pause the screen there if you want. Read that. Booyah. That is cool. That's cool. The one I got originally was from Russia, so that explains why it was all in Russian. So here's the two main sleeves. It comes with the foam stands for the little people. You can see the little slits in there. You just push the guys right in there. Comes with two large ones. I would assume these are for the horses, because there's little horses on this one too, which is cool. Again, I mean, like I said before, oh yeah, look, and it's double-sided. So there's the front side of that knight, and then there's the back side of that knight. So that's kind of cool. There's two knights on horses. 3, actually. Very cool. And of course the cover is also the instructions. And then they've got a bunch of pictures of all the other stuff they have. I was actually hoping that they had this one here, because that's something I could definitely add to our gaming table. This can be added as well, but this is definitely something that we could have used. I'm going to try and find that one next. But yeah, there you go. Pretty simple. It's just a wall, a section, and a tower. Lord knows we have enough towers. But like I said, I you know, you could do this you could use this in a D&D encounter, or you can use it in Warhammer Fantasy, you know, whatever. Frostgrave, that would be probably what I would use it for mostly. I really want to play Frostgrave. There's little ladders. That's cool. What I could do also, oh, there's an insert. There's an insert for the tavern that I already have. Hold on a second. That's hilarious. See it right there in the corner? That's cool. Sorry about the wibbly wobbly camera. That's cool. Buy this too. And they had it there too. And it's funny because the one thing, okay, and this is my only caveat for this purchase. This was $20. Okay, this set. This set was also $20. They're nowhere near the same size or comparison. But they were both, all the sets there were $20. Which is kind of nice because you know what they cost, but it's like kind of like, hey, is that little tiny house worth $20? I don't think so. Oop. Well, that just tore apart. Oh, that's one of the foldy walls. So there you have it. Not much there, but I really got to, like I have to emphasize, as I did before, that, hold on, that there's actually texture, brick texture on this stuff. That, oh, that's such a cool, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, I hope so, but there's texture on here and it's just really, really cool. It's a cool little thing. And as I did with my the tavern, I used a Sharpie to paint the edges, all the cardboard edges, so you don't have that white, that ghosty white line here, you know, or gray line here. So that's pretty cool. So I think we're going to try and, no, I don't have enough time. So what I'll do then is I'll do a build video, and then I will do an end result video, and I'll show it to you next to the tavern, and we'll compare everything. All right, so sit tight. I forgot to mention, guys, excuse me, this came with another toothpick. Another little toothpick to pop out the little cardboard holes that are in between, like the ladder rungs and stuff like that. So also, there you go, little toothpick. All right, here it is. This is the finished Umbum Town Wall, is what the set is called. Here are the figures that it comes with. Little standees. They're really floppy. These are really like flippy floppy. They don't, you know, they don't stay in there very well. At least the horses don't, because I don't know. I could glue them or tape them or whatever. It's not a really big deal. If I do use these, I probably won't. But if I do, it'll be for just, you know, for townsfolk in Dungeons and Dragons or something. You know, something in the background. Nothing major. I won't use these for like tabletop wargaming because they're just, it's too flimsy. These guys, but it works. You know, they work pretty well. Here are the two ladders you get. And you have to punch all these little rungs out. So you use that. I use the toothpick, you know, just to see, because that's what they intended. I mean, I could have done it with my finger, but I used a toothpick. And then I actually colored all the edging. You can see that. I didn't get the inside, but I colored the edges of the ladder, as I did with the entire building. I colored all the cardboard edges so that it blended in a little bit better. Now this is an interesting piece because it actually is flexible. You can, you know, you can make a straight wall. You know, you can give it a 90-degree. You can give it an angle. You know, you can go whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this tower separates as well. So, and then there's connection points on either side of this gate or of this wall to connect the tower. And the tower has multiple connection points as well. So I'm assuming this is meant for you to actually pick up multiple sets of this wall. You know, so you can give yourself a nice perimeter around whatever, you know, designated town area you have. And that's pretty cool. I was going to glue this all together and keep it glued up, but I decided to leave this off. You can actually see the interior. That's what I like about this stuff. You got, you know, it's got inside and out, and then there's texture all over the whole thing. You know, really cool. And I paint, like I said, I painted the edges of all the cardboard. You know, because you know it's cardboard, but you don't have to show it. So I left this one open because they actually have an interior. And I felt like in a game of Dungeons and Dragons, especially, not in wargaming, because you're probably not going to use that unless there's an objective in there and you have to get in there. But I mean, for that point, you just put it on top, because the more intricacy or intricate things you have to handle during a war game, a tabletop war game, the longer it takes the game, and the more involved, and the more chances are you are breaking something or messing something up. I mean, this stuff is pretty damn tough. I mean, I think it's pretty tough, you know. But for Dungeons and Dragons, you could actually use this to, you know, capture a prisoner and have them in there, and you know, have the party go through, and you know, just for fun, you know, you go in there. Now this has interior as well, but you can't really see it unless you flip it over, and you can see in there there's walls, there's ceiling texture. It's cool, and you can't see it, and it's almost a waste. But it is cool that they did that, you know. The stairs are non-functional for miniatures. They're just not going to fit, you know. Even if I use like this clay golem, he won't fit on the stairs. It's just the base is too big, you know. We can see that there. But he does fit on the wall. You know, he actually can look through the ramparts, parapets, whatever you want to call them. You know, so it's kind of cool. Like I said, it's functional. Oh, there he goes. And honestly, in a movement phase, even in Dungeons and Dragons or Warhammer or Age of Sigmar or whatever, one movement phase, they're going to be able to move up there fast. That's not a great distance. A model can usually move up to 6 inches, you know, in Warhammer, and 3 inches in D&D, and this is at least 3 inches or a little less. So they'll be able to start here and here at the very least. So it's not a big deal. The stairs, it doesn't need to. They don't need to be on the stairs. And in war games, tabletop wargaming, I usually try to make it so that stairs or ladders are one of those things. It's just like, okay, you're going to go from here to here. And it's the same thing with these little platforms right here. You know, if you got a ladder there, then clearly someone can scale that platform. You know what I'm saying? Or get to that platform, which they should be able to, you know. And that's not something that you have to set the miniature on the ladder. Even if they're at the end of their movement or close to the end of their movement, they have some left. I'm going to just say, okay, you're at the top of the stairs, or you're climbing. Put your model up here, but you're climbing. You know what I mean? When that's not that hard to figure out. It's pretty academic, but all in all, it's a cool model. And it is exactly what I intended it for, right? So my expectation of it was not high because it's, you know, cardboard 3D. It's classified as a 3D puzzle. So to me, you know, I didn't go into this with like, well, this better, you know, go through all these specific requirements to succeed as a piece of terrain, because I knew it's cardboard, you know what I mean? Eventually this is going to be no good. I've bought cardboard scenery that was actually meant for tabletop wargaming, but was far less quality, like the quality was far less. It was just, you know, printed on a thin sheet of like cereal board, you know, cereal box cardboard, and it was just real flimsy, and it fell apart, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. That was way more expensive. This piece per se is a bit expensive, or I should say, let me rephrase. What I should say is, where I bought it, Chicagoland Hobbies in Chicago, all their pieces are $19.99. They're all $20, which is cool. You know, you go in there knowing, okay, it's all $20, whatever. But this little piece was $20. This piece was $20. You know, I actually got this online for a different cost. I got it for like $17 shipped. But the bottom line is they have this piece there and it's $20. And this is, to me, far more elaborate and detailed and more involved than, you know, than that piece there. You know, so to me, it's like, well, is it worth that? I mean, this, you know, you've got the entire interior. You got all the townsfolk that came with it. Again, this is not really a wargaming thing for tabletop, because, you know, you're going to get big models. I mean, the models will fit, but you're going to get your hands in there, and it's just not practical to play tabletop wargame. I mean, unless you really, you know, your opponent and you would agree that you can use this as cover and you can use like the windows as sniper points and things like that, it's probably not worth going into. But for Dungeons and Dragons, you could do that. You know, for small skirmishes or little, you know, tavern fighting and things like that. Even though this isn't a tavern, you could do that type of stuff. So to me, this was worth more than $20, but this one wasn't. And when I looked online, I was looking on Amazon, and I found it for like $13 on Amazon, or $12 on Amazon. I was like, yeah, that is worth $12 on Amazon. Definitely worth $12. Definitely not worth $20. But again, the thing about the hobby store is he's got a blanket price for all of them. So we're talking big pieces, little pieces, castles. They're all $20. That's a steal. So I'm gonna probably go over there and pick up the bigger pieces, and then I'm actually thinking I'm gonna pick up the other pieces in the set that actually have. There's other pieces that come with wall sections. For example, there's a gate, right? An old gate, and I'm building a gatehouse right now for our table. But this is a cool one because it does connect to this wall. So that's kind of cool, and I'm hoping that the other pieces, there's like a corner house or a house connected to a town wall, like it's connected to a section of wall that's the same size, same height, same color, same pattern as this wall. So I'm hoping that, you know, I could just use those for a couple reasons. One, for Dungeons and Dragons, obviously, because this is really quick, really easy scenery to throw out there and be like, boom, done, you know. Two, for wargaming, you know, purposes, this is great for battle reports and things like that. Like, you know, when you're actually playing a game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40K, you put out your scenery, you know, it's there, you play your game. And a lot of guys will take pictures of stuff, and I've been studying people's battle reports over the last 4 or 5 years, because, you know, I've always wanted to do them. I just was afraid, and I was not confident about my skills in filming them. But I'm gonna give it a shot this year, and I think that these things are perfect for photos and small videos of the battle. So I can actually, like, say if I play Age of Sigmar and I've got some scenery, we set up our scenery, we want to limit the scenery, we do that. I could throw these pieces in extra for the photos, you know, just for the pictures in the back. So in the background, you'll have these things floating around, you know what I'm saying? And I think that'll be pretty cool, you know. And it gives, like I said, it gives more theme, more atmosphere to the pictures, to the videos, to the battle reports themselves, you know. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's connect this here. Just plug it in like that, and eventually it's gonna wear out with time. You know, I'm not foolish, you know, but it's fun. It was a cool little project. Only took me about maybe 10 minutes to put together, 15 minutes to put together, because these floors were a little confusing at first, but I got them. I know, it's 5-year-old, right? But and then it took me maybe 30-40 minutes to actually paint all the edging with the Sharpies, because that's all I use. I just use color Sharpies and just painted them up. Just drew right along the edges, and it gave me the nice color that I needed. So I think it's pretty cool. Again, I would suggest going on Amazon and looking and seeing what you can find as cheap as possible. Go on eBay as well. But I'll tell you this right now, if you go to eBay, you are definitely ordering from Russia. You are ordering from that company just through their eBay page, and you will be waiting a long time for this product to come in. You know, the nice thing about Chicagoland, it was $20, but I actually walked in, walked out with it, so it was right there in my hands. And Amazon has a couple on Prime. Maybe, you know, there's some that aren't, but take a look and see, you know, maybe you might find something you like. And if you're a dungeon master, hey, this is some really cheap scenery to get into that you don't have to paint, you don't have to put together. Well, let me rephrase. You have to put together because it's a puzzle, it's a model kit. But you're not scratch building, you're not gluing anything unless you want to. You know, this is pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple, and it just adds to the atmosphere of the game. Shit, if I wanted to, I could use this as a dungeon master screen just to block the dice. But I mean, they're gonna see over it. But I'm just saying, you could, you know, you throw some bones here, and they wouldn't, you know. I believe. Let me see. Let's test that out. Yeah, boom, done. You know. So there you go. This is the Umbum Town Wall. Again, I don't think it was worth the 20, but it's fine. If I get another one, I'm getting it from Amazon, and I'm probably going to get one or two more just to make a, you know, a nice little fort or whatever. And they have a ton of different stuff. So give them a shot. Check them out. Tell them Zero sent you. And, you know, as always, like, subscribe, share. We'll see you in the next video. Oh, also, check us out on Discord, the Tabletop Dungeoneers. I will try to put the logo up here somewhere. And, you guys can tell them Zero sent you, and they should welcome you with open arms, unless they hate me secretly. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.